Jackie and I am here with the Interrupters. We are at the very last Holmdel, New Jersey stop of Van's Warped Tour. We last spoke, I believe it was Long Island. Don't quote me on that one, but I believe it was 2 years ago. What has gone on for the Interrupters in those past 2 years?
A series of very fortunate events, I would say, right?
Yeah.
We toured a lot. After we finished Warped Tour, we were lucky enough to go on tour with Green Day in Europe, Australia, South America. We did Coachella. We went on tour with the Dropkick Murphys. We did a co-headline tour all throughout the States and Canada last fall. And then we went in the studio, just did a new record. Came out 2 weeks ago. It's called Fight the Good Fight. Available wherever music is sold, and then some.
Speaking of wherever music is sold, how has music streaming kind of changed the trajectory and changed the way you do things as a band, or has it changed the way you've done things?
I don't think music business always changes. Technology always changes. What we do stays the same. We write and we record and we tour.
And then we go on tour.
What is happening in the business part of it, we can't really be attached to it. It can't really affect us,
You know, it's true, and it's hard to have an opinion too much because we're still consumers of music too. So I know there's some bands that might say stuff, streaming's bad, it's bad for the artist, but we stream music, and also a lot of people discover our music through streaming services. So I got nothing bad to say about it, and it's just that's where we're at right now with music. So
do you see a place for music streaming, tangible CDs, and radio as well, or is there something you tend to focus more towards?
I mean, for sure, we're lucky because our fans still collect vinyl.
Yeah.
So we get to do fun things like specialty colors, limited, 7 inches.
Maybe we'll do cassettes next.
Maybe.
Cassettes are kind of hot right now.
Maybe we'll do cassettes. I still have a cassette deck in my car, I
In your car?
pop it in, yeah.
Gosh.
Well,
No, see, I went out and bought an old cassette player just so I could play the ones that I found. So I've got everything from 8-track to vinyl to cassette to CD, and
That's fun.
I guess who knows what they're going to come out with next. I remember there was
keep it all because it all cycles back around.
Totally. Here's the interesting thing too. When the aux cable happened in the cars, everyone was listening to their iPods and my cassette. But then they made a cassette tape that had a cable that came out of it. So I'm just as cutting edge as the rest of them. You know what I mean?
That's what we let you think. So what inspired some of the music writing on Fight the Good Fight?
Wow, what inspired the music writing? Well, we always write about what we know about and what we're going through. And a lot of the record is about overcoming obstacles, persevering through challenging times. Being the phoenix, having your rocky moment, overcoming adversity, and I've experienced that a lot in my life, and I put it to wax, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think those are good universal ideas. I feel like not just young people, but very specifically young people tend to gravitate towards music if they're having a rough day. Why do you think that is?
Because it's one of those things that you can have a connection when you're all alone, but you don't feel alone. You could be in a room by yourself, you hear a song, and for that moment, you're not alone, and it's comforting. And I know that it's helped us through our whole lives, and it still continues to.
Exactly. Also, I feel sometimes when I'm having a lot of anxiety or overwhelmed with whatever emotion, and I can't really put it to words, I can put on music, and I'm like, that's how I feel. And it puts perfectly how I feel because I can't even express how I feel. So the music can do that for me. And our whole goal and our whole mission is to do for others what music does for us.
What are some bands that you find yourself turning to if you're having a rough day or you're kind of feeling stuck?
I mean,
So much.
I mean, especially for our band, when we're on tour and it's the daily grind of stuff, we still listen to the soundtrack to Dance Craze and listen to all the two-tone bands because it gets us hyped up.
Yeah.
And their energy and the songwriting, I mean, it's so funny because they wrote those songs almost 40 years ago, and it's the message is still so relevant today. And that type of songwriting is so inspiring to be able to put an idea down, and then 40 years later someone could hear it and be like, yeah, it still makes sense. So I think a lot of that, a lot of punk rock, I know we all grew up listening to punk rock and having that be the thing that helped us through figuring out who we were as people. down.
I mean, we have a song on this record with Rancid. It's called We Don't Have Much. Oh, it's called Got Each Other.
Yeah.
But it's about how we don't have much, but we got each other. And when I was in high school and I heard Rancid for the very first time, Out Come the Wolves, and I cried because I was like, I'm not alone anymore. There's people out there that feel exactly like I do. Like, this is awesome. And when I heard Got Each Other for the first time with all the members of Rancid singing with me our song about not being alone anymore, like, I lost it. Like, it was just like full
It comes
circle.
full circle. Yeah, that's amazing.
So, yeah,
It really does.
It really does.
It was definitely one of those moments where you look at like all the things that led up to this moment. You're like, I can't believe I'm here, and just overwhelmed with gratitude.
Yeah, we're so grateful.
High school years were tough. I can't imagine being a young person now, you know, in high school with social media and everything else being so crazy. What, besides music, what did you have as a job growing up or as a kid or in high school? What did you do that was not maybe the rock style lifestyle?
Should I tell her about my first job? Okay, so here's my first job. It was a company, and basically if you don't have a yard for your dog to go to the bathroom in, you order this little grass thing, and I was the guy that went and changed out the grass and picked up the poo. And I would drive around to 16 houses a day.
And you got bit sometimes.
I got bit all the time.
It's not very glamorous.
They'd be like, "Oh, the key's under the mat," and I'd go and then I'm rolling up this sod grass, and I brought in like it's like 35-pound bags, and I'm a little dude, and I'm just trying to do it, but I just come home at the end of the day just smelling like horrible.
Yeah.
And I picked up crap for a living. That's what I did. So now, no matter how bad it gets, I'm so lucky. I'm like, you know what? I could be picking up crap right now, and I'm not. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Any other jobs when you were younger growing up?
I feel like I've done it all. I was a dishwasher, bus boy,
Bus person.
Waited tables, bartended. In Montana, where I'm born and raised, you can be 18 and bartend. So I bartended in high school.
Hey, we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're going to throw it now even further back with our segment called Bands Sing Public Domain Songs. And the Interrupters have a great song, no pressure, of course.
All right.
Ready for us?
We're going to give you guys like a two-tone inspired version of, what's that, Knick Knack Paddywhack.
There we go.
All right?
All right.
So you take it away and I'll just jump in.
All right. Give me the beat.
1, 2, 3, go!
This old man, he played knick-knack on my phone with a knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. This old man, he played knick-knack on my shoe with a knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
I love that. So, absolutely. So with Fight the Good Fight, do you have any music videos coming up? And what role do you think music videos have?
I love music videos, and I love making them. I love releasing them. And
Making them not so much.
Say this, I think it's our favorite video we've ever done. Is out right now. She's Kerosene. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. It's from our brand new record, and we had a lot of fun making it. It's directed by Tim Armstrong, and it was super fun to make. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
There we go. That's where we're going to end it. Be sure to check out a lot more from the Interrupters. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM and In the Key of Change.
Thank you.